Before Apple, before Samsung, there was one name that ruled the mobile phone industry. It wasn't just a phone brand, it was a global icon. At its peak in the early 2000s, Nokia controlled over 50% of the global phone market. Their phones were everywhere, from bustling cities to remote villages. They were practically indestructible, had batteries that lasted days, and were built for everyone. But today, Nokia is nothing more than a footnote in tech history. How did the king of mobile phones lose his throne? Was it arrogance, poor decisions, or was it simply the inevitable fate of any giant that refuses to evolve? Let's unravel the story of how Nokia collapsed. Believe it or not, Nokia wasn't always a phone company. It started in 1865 in Finland, not as an electronics company, but as a paper mill. For decades, it dabbled in rubber, cables, and electronics before finally entering in the world of telecommunications. By the 1980s and 90s, Nokia saw the potential of mobile communication and made a bold move, focusing almost entirely on mobile phones, and that decision changed everything. While other companies hesitated, Nokia went all in, developing lightweight, affordable, and reliable mobile phones. They were one of the first to mass-produce handsets, making mobile communication accessible to millions. By the year 2000, Nokia was unstoppable. Their phones weren't just functional, they were fashion statements. The early 2000s were Nokia's golden age. Their phones were everywhere, whether you were a business executive, a student, or a teenager texting under your desk. Nokia had a phone for you. Some of their models became legendary, like the Nokia 3310, known for being nearly indestructible. Others, like the Nokia N95, introduced cutting-edge features years ahead of their time, like high-resolution cameras, GPS, and music playback. By 2007, Nokia commanded over 50% of the global market share. That meant that out of every two phones sold in the world, one of them was a Nokia. At its peak, Nokia was valued at over $300 billion, making it one of the richest companies in the world. But even as they were sitting at the top, trouble was brewing, because in 2007, a storm was coming. In 2007, something happened that changed the tech industry forever. Apple introduced the iPhone. Unlike the Nokia's bottom-based phones, the iPhone had a full touchscreen, a powerful web browser, and an app that allowed users to download third-party applications. It was a revolution in mobile technology, but how did Nokia react? They laughed. At the time, Nokia didn't believe people would want touchscreen phones. They thought users preferred physical keypads, removable batteries, and simple menus. They underestimated Apple's vision, and that was their first mistake. And it wasn't just Apple. Google launched Android in 2008, allowing multiple phone manufacturers to create powerful, affordable smartphones. Suddenly, the industry was changing, but Nokia, they were stuck in the past. Instead of adapting, Nokia clung to their old software, Symbian OS, but Symbian was slow, outdated, and difficult for developers to create apps for. Meanwhile, Apple and Google were expanding their app ecosystems, making their smartphones more powerful and resistible. By 2007, Nokia's market share plummeted. Consumers were just leaving, they were switching to iPhones and Android devices in droves. In a desperate attempt to survive, Nokia partnered with Microsoft in 2011, abandoning Symbian in favor of Windows Phone. But by then, it was too late. Nokia bet everything on Windows Phone, but the problem, nobody wanted it. Developers weren't interested in making apps for Windows Phone, and consumers were already locked into the iPhone and Android ecosystems. In 2013, Nokia's phone division was sold to Microsoft for just $7.2 billion, a fraction of what the company was once worth. The fall of Nokia wasn't just about bad technology, It was about failing to see the future. They ignored the smartphone revolution, laughed at their competitors, and clung to outdated ideas until it was too late. Nokia's story is a warning for every business. No matter how big you are today, you can disappear tomorrow. The world moves fast, technology evolves, and if you refuse to adapt, the market will leave you behind. So what do you think? Could Nokia have survived? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories about business empires rising and falling.